Hey, it's Jane at Velocity Vet 08, and I have another project that I want to bring to you guys. And I promise you, after this, they will be normal. It's going to all back to normal. My videos are going to be all process videos after this. In fact, I'm getting ready to start, as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to start building the house that Saw recently came out with as a new design. It's so cute. It has the house sitting on basically a wood platform, and then it has a little front yard, has a fence around it, and a little porch light. It is absolutely to die for. It is so stinking cute. And that's going to be my final Halloween project, and it is going to be eerie, creepy, super fun, detailed to the max. I have so many ideas in mind. I can't wait to start it. So it's going to be right after this. But this was just a little fun project that I wanted to do. And when I say fun project, what I mean is that thanks to Lydia at I Triple Dog Dare You, I learned how to make these very quick and easy mini albums. Now, it's quick in the fact that the mini album goes together in a heartbeat, but it's not quick depending on how much embellishing that you decide to do. And I did do quite a bit of this. I messed around with it for quite a while, and I really love the way that it turned out. And I used a ton of the chip pieces that Saw has for Halloween. Now, I know Halloween is almost here, so you may have a lot of your Halloween projects done, but let's say you're having a party for Halloween. Like, I'm going to a party, and it's not until November 2nd. It's actually after Halloween. And it's a great party. I go every year to a party at this house, and it's going to be, the theme is Day of the Dead, and so people are going to be, dressed up like that, and I'm going to take pictures. Well, by the time I print all those off and everything, before I put my Halloween book together, it's going to be mid to end November. So just because Halloween is coming to, a pretty close end here doesn't mean that you don't need to still put together a Halloween, book, an album of some sort. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do an album, to give you some ideas of ways to put together something that you can put your Halloween pictures in, and that might be after Halloween, so you can still buy her Halloween chip items. But anyway, this is Lydia at I Triple Dog Dare You makes these all the time, and she did a tutorial video here not too long ago where she showed how to stitch them. Now, stitching is not a big deal to me. I have a sewing machine, not a big thing. You can do it by hand. But when she showed it, it gave me the ability to see the whole concept of how she made the book. And I was like, this is great. It's super easy. So here is my book. And here's like the spine. It's just a folded over book, and I put a spine of paper and trim on it. But let me show you, essentially, this is what I used, were these big black bags. And they're, the top's not on them anymore. Let me tell you what the size of these bags are so you have an idea. I got these bags at Hobby Lobby. And the bags themselves, because I have the camera zoomed in right now so you can see this. The bags are 6 across by just under 11 inches long. So they're 6 by 11. Now, they have a little rough edge here on the end, and so I cut a tiny bit off here. So my pages ended up being 6 by like 5 and a little under a half, between 5 1/4 or 5 1/2. So, that's how mine, because you fold them in half. I also bought craft color bags. They were $2.29, and you get 10 bags in each package. So it's really a good deal. And you need about 3 bags to make a book. And here is now you can also do this with just brown paper bag lunch sacks, so you don't have to go buy bags at Hobby Lobby. In fact, I think that's how Lydia does hers, is with that. And here's the reason why, is because, like these craft ones, they are so thick here on the sides and everything that when I went to stitch them, the machine wouldn't stitch on the ends. It would only stitch in the center where the gusset area wasn't. And so I was able to stitch through here. But what I figured that I would do when I go to use it is I would just punch a hole here and here, and then just run some lace through there, and then have it, because it's not going to come apart. It's actually sewn very tight in the middle. And see, this is it. You have all your pages, you have pockets, and they're really big. I'm going to show you what I did with my pockets. I didn't want pockets this big, so I'll show you what I did with mine, because I altered my pocket area. So this is what you have to start with, and I wanted to just show you that real quick. So here's what I had with the black. And I used the Happy Hauntings from G45, and I have all my chip pieces over here I'm going to show you that I used. I just cut out, you know, off the paper the name of it, and then I did a seam binding closure, and I just put, you know, my seam binding down first, and then my paper, of course. Now on the edge over here, this trim that I used is actually sheer in the middle. It's one piece of trim going all the way up, and it had this on the edge and this on the edge, which matched the paper line 100%. But it was perfectly sheer in the middle, and it didn't look right on here. So I just took a piece of black cardstock and I put it down. It's about 3/4 of an inch wide, and I just put that down, and then I put the trim over the top, and it made it look like the trim was black in the middle. And so that worked out, you know, like really super well. All of the pages have been distressed and edged with black soot. So let me get started. This is, I got like a little scraggler of paper on here from something that I want to get off. Don't want any scragglers of paper. There we go. The colors are basically the colors of the paper line, and I tried to keep colors similar in the pages, so you can kind of see. So here on this first page, I have a little frame that I got, actually I had it in my stash, and it just looks like kind of like spider webs. It was originally made to go on top of an ATC card, and then you'd have like a Halloween themed ATC card. So that was originally what that was for, but it made a great little frame. I put a little cutout from the paper in here, and I left it open here so you could pull it out and put a picture in there. And then of course this is the part of the bag that's like that. So I just put a little bit of glue on each end, glued it down, bang, I got my pocket. And I did want to mention one other thing. If you do this, alter your bags, so don't have all of this on one end. So I have the bottom of this bag, then I have the top, then I have a bottom. So that way you won't have, it'll be even how your thicknesses are. So, and you'll have variety in your book. On this page right here, I used, this is one of Saw's chip pieces that looks like the spider web. Obviously it's really a nice piece. Painted it purple, and then I left it open so you can put a picture or something like that in there. This is also a little cutout. You can slide something under here if you want. This is a little cutout from the paper line. This is just a little piece from the pork chop show, and then this is just a little spider that I had that I glossed up on here with my 3D crystal lacquer. So I really like the way this turned out, because I just love using purple. This is a tag that I made, and then here is one of her pumpkins. And let me just show you some of these pieces here real quick, as I have them all out so I can show you how much different they look after you do something fun with them. This is one of the pumpkins. I mean, it looks pretty plain, just as a little piece of chipboard. And what I did, really, really super simple, I just took some of this Distress crackle paint, and I put it on here. It's spiced marmalade, and I ended up with this super darling little crackled pumpkin, and he's crackled just right. You don't want giant crackles on a little piece. And so I made these pumpkins my tags, my pulls for all of my tags. And since I was tying it in the middle, I staggered them. I put one at the bottom, one at the top, one at the bottom type thing, so that the tie would still work. And then it looks real cute because you've got these little pumpkin heads peering out from your book. And I just thought that looked really, really darling. What I wanted to show you how I did my pockets, okay? So you can see my pocket is just a slim, you know, you could put photos in here and all that, no problem. But I don't have this giant pocket like this, which for me was too big. And the other reason why that wasn't good for the black is because the bags are white on the inside. So I didn't want all that white showing. So what I did, in case you decide you want to do one of these, is I just glued this part all together. Just that simple. I just adhered this part right here. I glued that down first, and then I glued this part down to it, and I just had a regular pocket. And then since I wanted to line it with black, I just cut some pieces of black cardstock and stuck them inside and glued them down. So it was really simple, and it gave me what appears to be, for the most part, a black pocket. But if you look deep down inside, you can still see there's white deep down in there, but you wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? It's like you would just see the top part. So that would be, you know, just fine. So I love the way that turned out. I thought that was kind of a cool, you know, way to do it. And then over here, this is some really neat ribbon that I got from 5 Boys, 1 Baby Girl. And she sent it to me in a rack. That's the mother of where I made the altered Altoids tin for the little girl. Her mother sent me this for my birthday rack. And this is just like perfect, like nighttime sky kind of ribbon with the little sequins and stuff that are in it. And I thought that was like super, super cute. And then this was a die cut that I just had in my stash. I had gotten it off at eBay at one time, and I fussy cut the moon. The moon is on purple paper, and I cut the moon out and put it in the window. I just thought it was like kind of cool looking that way. And then over here, what I did, I love the way this page turned out too. This is the house. Let me show you the houses. And you get a lot of each of these items, which is really cool. But here's what the house looks like. And you know, you gotta sometimes punch out some of these pieces that haven't fallen out yet. So it's just kind of a, you know, nice sized little house. Nothing exciting to look at this point. But you do something with it, and all of a sudden it comes to life. And I think I got 3 houses in here, and very inexpensive. So, you know, not any big deal. And I had gotten a ton of pumpkins because I used 3 here, and I still have 3 left. So I got at least 6 pumpkins. So yeah, there's a bunch of those in the package. So what I did here was I cut a slit in in the paper that I put down. I just cut a slit with my X-Acto knife before I ever put the paper on to here. And then I put tape on the back side all the way around, but not in the middle. And I took a cutout from the paper collection, and I took the house. I wanted to tie into the green that's on here, and I used some Lindy Stamp Gang green embossing powder, and I embossed it, heat embossed it, and I did it on both sides in case you would see the back side. I wanted it to be that it looked good on both sides of it. And I just glued that on, and I didn't glue it all the way down. I just glued right across this middle area. That's it. Not under here, just right there. And then I can stick this right in the slot. There's no tape under here. And then just kind of lift this up, and it slides right down. And you've got a nice pull tab for your tag. And you got this real cute little house to look at when you flip to the page, and it sticks out real cute on the book. And see it, you can see it from the back, so I'm glad that I embossed it on both sides. And then down here, this is her cauldron, and I do have more of those too. The witch's place where she makes her brews. And you get several of them. I think you get 3. Yeah. And they look a little different than what you see there. Let me pull one out and show you. They actually have feet on them, which I'm going to be using one of these in my next project, and I'll be using it with the feet next time. I'm just going to pop it out of here real quick. And get it out of there. It always, the curly things always hang me up. It has feet on it. And I just chose to cut the legs off and use it as kind of a bowl sitting there. But you can do either way. The only reason I did was because it was a little tall for my needs. But it won't be next time. When I go to use it in the house, it's going to be perfect. So I can't wait. But yeah, these little chip pieces are awesome. And they heat emboss just fine. You can see I had no problems at all. Didn't warp it. It's, you know, no problems. And it's nice. The one thing about it is it's nice and flat because, you know, you can only have so much thickness in these books. And then, you know, it's not going to close right. So I put the little cauldron here. And I'm going to pull that out. I made these little, I decorated these little feet. She has these witch's legs. And they're so darn cute. Let me show you. And you get a bunch of witch's legs. I have like a bunch of pairs. And so I took the witch's legs and I painted the boots purple. There's like a little line where their boots end. So I did the boots purple. And then I took this striped paper and I made that the stockings on her legs. And I just put a little bit on each one and I cut them off and have it look like the witch fell into the cauldron. So I thought that was like super cute. And I loved that I had paper that had the lines on it like that. So you could paint them anyway yourself. It would be no big deal. But it was just kind of fun that I had the paper to use. So I'm like, that works. And it just, you can stick easily a picture or something under there. You could also stick something under here as well. Plus you have this as an extra tag for pictures. So a lot of things can go in here. And of course, this is wide open for anything too. So I liked that page a lot. And then on this page, I used the Tim Holtz clock die, and I used the vintage photo crackle paint as well, the distress crackle paint. And it just kind of made some little crackles. And then I had these little bats, and I just kind of painted them, put a little crackle, grunged them up. This is a little piece from kind of a spooky, kind of creepy piece from the pork chop show. So I put that in here. And then I had this little tag, which is where I kind of have like a little orange trim along the way. And this has a bat on it. And that's kind of how I tied the bats in, was with this little piece. But this is a great little place for journaling or for putting pictures. This book will actually hold a whole lot more than you might think. And then on this page, I put this piece. And look how much I changed this. I can't wait to show you guys this. What it looked like and what it looks like now. So this is what it looked like. Very plain. You know, just the crow, tombstone, a little bit of grass. I mean, it's a cute cut, but you got to do something with it. And so I did, and I'm really excited how it turned out. I did a lot to it, it was just super fun. I painted it with weathered wood crackle paint, and it got crackly and grungy, and then I took a little bit of black soot and kind of edged it and made it just a little bit grungier. And then I painted some grass down here. It has the cuts for the grass, and I just continued it all the way across, and I put some glossy accents, which I use the 3D crystal lacquer, but I did that. And I put a little cutout from the paper on here. And then this little crow I painted black and put my 3D crystal lacquer on it and put a little eye on it. And this teeny cat I found in the paper collection. And I cut it out, and it looks like he's just tiptoeing across the grass. And just from that one piece of chipboard, I turned it into this, which I just think looks darling. And I've got a little velvet spider and a little velvet web. And then I tucked a little, this is just a little piece from the collection. I have another little spider that everything has eyes. And then right here, so you can see that's all open. Right here I put this piece of fencing. And this is fencing that she sells in her store. And it's actually wood. So these are wood pieces. And I broke off a piece of this and I used the aged mahogany. I guess you'd like to see it in frame, wouldn't you? I used the aged mahogany on it. I just broke it off so it looked like it was going up to the tombstone. And I used the crackle paint on it as well. And I have some, you know, some little crackles from that in the paint. And I love this whole concept too, because I got the spiders and the paper, and it's just more of a creepy page where some of them are a little bit like funnier, kind of cutesy pages. And this has a tag as well, and I just used the gates, and they're just black on the back. But I, you know, again used the little pumpkin, and I did the same thing. I sealed up my pocket so that I would have enough room, you know, for a tag and some pictures, but not have that big wide pocket. And then over here I had this die cut fence with the crow I had gotten off the eBay ages ago, and I put it down and left room for you know, a picture or something. I put a little piece from the cutout with a moon on it from the paper. These are some wood pieces that I had. This is from the pork chop show, and then this is a wood piece I had from Witchcraft, and I just embossed it. Over here, put a little spider over here. It's a little cutout again from the collection. And then this is just some really cool trim that I had. Whenever I do these trims like this, I always put them on the paper first and then put the paper down. I'm sure most of you know that, but just in case I have some newbies watching, you know, just that's how you kind of get that nice soft look of it, you know, where it's all nice and smooth. And again, you know, place in here, pocket. On this page, I love, love, love how this turned out. This is one of her spooky cats, and I have a couple cats left. I got one over here and one here. They, again, you know, just kind of a simple cardboard, sure, you know, just like that. It's a little cat, but you take it and you do something with it, and next thing you know, it does look really cool like the other items. And what I did with the cat was I put some of my sparkle medium that I got recently from Imagination Crafts, and I used the black stars, and it has really cool texture. And I put the sparkle all over him, and I love, love, love the way that looks. I'm super excited. It's very reflective and lots of different sparkle colors in there. And you know, he's unhooked part of the way, so you can see all the sparkle in him. Makes him look pretty neat. So just real simple on this page, because I thought it'd be a great place for a picture to go, you know, so have that there. And then over here, I just used a sunflower that I had from the pork chop show, and I did the same thing with a little slit, and then just tuck that down in there, and then I crackled this pumpkin and put this behind there because you can put a picture or something there. And again, I have another tag, and again, use the little pumpkin, and I also crackled them on the back too, so that if you saw them from whatever direction, they would look finished. So really fun to make. I'm so appreciative of Lydia on I Triple Dog Dare You, because you know, now I know how to make these, and they are very quick as far as making the book. And then it depends on you as to how much embellishing you do as to how quick the rest of the book is. But I had so much fun putting this together. I really did. And Saw's chipboard pieces made it very simple, because she's got all these different Halloween things. The webs, the webs are cool. Let me show you what the webs. You can buy quarter webs or half webs. So you can get, this is a half web, and all the little pieces just, you know, need to be popped out still at this point. But this is, like I said, this is a half web. And what you can do, you get a couple, 2 or 3 of them in a package, I think 3. And all you do is cut it right up the middle, and you got 2 quarters to use. Or if you have a place where you need the whole thing, you know, you can just set it down and you've got the whole thing to use depending on what your needs are. So I think it's really cool for that reason, you know, as it can be anything you want it to be. This is actual, she does sell actual quarter ones like this, and that's what this is. But I've actually used another one of these and cut it, and it works perfectly. So just wanted to kind of show you that. She's got some very, very cool stuff. So that's my mini. And like I said, I had a lot of fun making it, and you know, I'm gonna put pictures from this party that I'm going to are gonna go in here, and I think it'll be really cute and a nice place to have for my memories of because I go every year. There's no point in having, you know, like a great big, I'm gonna tie this a little tighter, a great big album, you know, that's really complex and everything like that. I would rather have one of these little books like this, with, you know, a handful or so of cute pictures, and put them in there and have that be that, okay, this was my, you know, 2013 party that I went to, and have one for 2014 and so on. Because I've been going to her parties for years. I've known her since 1986, and she's had a party every year since. So this is a great, you know, a great way to do that. So just because Halloween's close doesn't mean, like I said, you might not have a book or something to put together. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, and I hope you enjoyed this project. And the next one's going to be all processed. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.